Welcome back to Two Idiots Doing a Sports Podcast. I'm Daniel. Like always, Nate's on the other side. We, like we say every week, think we are smarter than the average ESPN analyst, especially Kendrick Perkins.
Mm,
Still not over the Clippers
that Clippers
are,
takes brutal.
are the second best team. Maybe one day down the road, we will do a little worst takes of all time, and rank our top 10. But for now, we're better than Kendrick Perkins.
That'll take a whole episode
Yeah.
of just Kendrick Perkins. Yeah, each guy has a whole episode's worth of content, especially Skip Bayless.
Oh, not Skip.
When you get debate whether or not Aaron Rodgers is great with yourself, you know you're a clown. So.
I mean, Shannon left him, so he has no one
true.
else to debate with.
True. Albeit Shannon has some pretty egregious takes too. But
That's fair. Lakers
good
and
personality, I guess. So.
5. Lakers and 5.
Those are funny. I'll give
Those are actually hilarious.
Those are pretty funny. And he's actually right with one of them. So
that is fair. So we are going to start kind of what we did last week. We're going to start with an immaculate grid, like we always do, to show how much we actually lack in ball knowledge. Then, like we did last week, we're going to do a pickle and then a batter up. If you weren't here, pickle is kind of like the Wordle for baseball. You got to guess whoever they picked as their player of the day, and then batter up is we got to guess whose batting stance and batting swing it is.
All right. I will cook. I'm hoping for a Cleveland-Oakland pairing, and you might think, why? Because I just watched Moneyball recently, and so I'm really hoping to pull that. I'm gonna just rock with, you know what? This might be a little satanic. I'll go 667. I don't have the guts to do it. Oh, dang it!
Oh, you got Cleveland.
I was close. Okay, so the rows are Cleveland, Seattle, and Washington. The columns are Giants, 2,000 hits in a career, and a Gold Glove. Now, the Gold Glove condition must have won it with that team. 2,000 hits in a career, must have played at least one game, so they don't necessarily have to get the 2,000 hits with them. I'm thinking Kenny Lofton probably hit 2,000. So, certified ball knower. 10%. Could have done better, but, you know, he's one of the guys I played with in backyard baseball all the time. One of my favorite baseball players of all time. Top 5. I love Kenny Lofton. Great swing, great player. Disappointed that he didn't get into the Hall of Fame, so disrespectful. Do we just keep the trend with Kens and go Ken Griffey Jr.? Even though this is gonna cost us a lot, I'm gonna do it.
I was gonna say Ichiro is probably gonna be
might
higher.
take over. Yeah. But we might as well Ken. Can we get Kent? I don't know. That would be
Kendrick.
Wild. Oh man. Howie Kendrick did play for the Nationals, but I somehow doubt he got 2,000 hits.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did.
Maybe he got a Gold Glove, but even that's kind of pushing it. Seattle Gold Glove and Cleveland Gold Glove.
I mean, Quan for Cleveland, but that's like the most recent one.
People might not. They might go Omar Vizquel for Cleveland. I think we go with Quan. You're confident he won it last year?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he did. Because
that's kind of sauce.
If it wasn't last year, he definitely won it the year before.
I'm trusting you, and if he didn't win it, all right, 7%. I figured he'd be relatively low. I think Omar Vizquel is going to be number 1 there. So Mariners Gold Glove, or we could go. Giants could be a little tough.
Yeah. San Fran, Seattle is going to be a tough one.
I feel like we should know San Fran, Seattle.
The Nationals, I
Nationals is brutal.
don't know anything about.
Nationals 2,000 hits in a career.
I mean, Ryan Zimmerman,
Zimmerman.
I feel like is one of the biggest ones. Has Harper eclipsed the 2,000 yet?
I'm sure he has. He's
I
in his
said-
30s, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I would say he would probably be another one.
I'm debating if Alfonso Soriano played for the Nationals, and if he got to 2,000.
Rendon, but I don't think he's been healthy enough to
No
reach
way.
2,000.
He is not at 2,000. He's at 2,000 days off.
That's fair.
Man.
The Nationals just don't have a lot of history. I mean,
Question
unless
is,
they're
let me
considering
click
the
on
Senators.
Are they counting Senators or anything? Or the Expos, sorry? They
Oh,
do count the
Vladdy.
Expos. Here you go, Vladdy. Yeah.
If they're going to count the Expos.
Oof.
Oof.
He's the top. But, those are three GOATs. That was my outfield and backyard baseball, man. And was it unfair? Yes. But I can't help it. They had the three best swings, and they
That
were
is
just
fair.
great guys. They were certified ballers, man. Okay, but we got all the 2,000 hits locked up. I feel like Alfonso Soriano's on that list. I want to check at the end. I want to so bad. Ichiro probably is 1-1. It's a boring answer. It's a safe answer.
Yeah, but if people are going to put him as the 2,000 hits, he'll be
Holy
low.
crap. Big brain? Is this a big brain move? No, it's not.
I mean, it's still 22%.
That's okay.
It's
It probably would have
massively
been
lower.
like 30 to 40% for hits, though.
Yeah,
So,
because
okay.
he's like the most recent Mariner to
I
do.
feel like we're just got to show some respect to some of these guys, too, sometimes. Washington Gold Glove. Paul LaDuca? I don't know. I can't stop mentioning Paul LaDuca, chat.
Did Strasburg ever win one?
Probably won.
Patrick Corbin? Did he ever actually win one? He's a good fielder. Hashtag now he's a Ranger.
Oh, man. I'm scared about... The only pitcher I'll ever know that won a Gold Glove is Greg Maddux.
That's fair.
That's my... That dude.
And Zach Greinke.
Yeah, true. We could go Corbin.
I don't think he did. I'm just trying to think of like good defensive players for the Nationals, and I don't.
Ian Desmond.
Oh, I don't know if he won it with. I don't know if he even won one.
Or,
He was good.
Who's the...
Oh, did Victor Robles ever win one? He was a great defender.
We could try Robles.
Horrible offensively.
I feel like we could try
Still
Robles.
is.
Nope.
Yeah. That the Nationals want. Nationals have to have like one or two. They can't have many.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna include Expos. There's probably a few on there.
Maybe.
We just can't think of the guys from back then. So I feel like. Did J.P. Crawford play for Seattle?
For Seattle, J.P. Crawford is on Seattle.
Oh, I'm dumb. Did he play for the Giants?
I don't think so. I think he's been with Seattle.
Seattle
his
his
whole
whole
career.
career. I get mixed up with Brandon Crawford.
Did Jorge Polanco ever play for San Fran? Or did he come straight from the Twins to Seattle?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't remember either.
I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, I remember Seattle Minute. I don't know if he played for the Giants though. Milton Bradley, certified Cub bum. Hated that clown. What a moron. For perspective, guys, he was the guy. It was just a random Cubs game. Caught the ball, 2 outs, threw it into right field, threw it into the crowd. What a freaking idiot.
Did
You won't find so many more. There are not a lot of Cubs that are hated more than Milton Bradley.
Fernando Rodney ever do it?
Oh,
Ever play for the Giants?
he had to have. Oof. God.
I'm 90% sure he played for Seattle.
He did. No, I know
Yeah.
that.
San Fran is the one I am not
Well, we gotta
100%
study.
sure about.
I just don't know San Fran. Like, I know, like, Matt Cain. I know a lot of guys. Like, the problem with the Giants is I know a lot of them that stayed with the Giants.
Yep, Buster Posey.
A lot of them just start.
Hunter
What
Pence.
about Brian
Wilson,
Wilson?
the closer.
Yeah.
I
I know he played with the Dodgers.
I don't think he went to Seattle.
I don't think he went to any of these three, though.
No, I don't think he did either.
Lee. Juan Uribe.
Oh, Pablo Sandoval. Do you ever play for any of them? He's also a very well-traveled.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Boston killed him.
I'm trying to think of some of the run they had in some of those players, but I think most of them stayed with San Fran.
Hunter Pence played for any of them? I don't think so.
Because Lincecum, I don't think played for any of them either.
No.
He was a Ranger and an Angel after San Fran.
Did Omar Vizquel play for the Giants? I don't think he did.
Yeah, I just don't know anything about San Fran. And I think most of their current team is homegrown or aren't on this list.
That's Jeff Kent. See, this is frustrating because I know a lot of guys. I'm gonna try something. I don't think he did this. That would have been legendary, but no. Damn it. I just don't know. I think I'm just gonna throw out guesses at this point and we're gonna redeem ourselves once again. Ball knower chat. Alright. I got Omar Vizquel. Alright, I'll take that. I was like, I know he played for Cleveland. I was like 50-50 for me on whether or not he played for the Giants. And I just shot my shot. Nationals, Giants. It's gonna be a relief pitcher, and that's my problem. I don't know relief pitchers, chat. I just don't. Wait. Ball knower. No, he didn't play for the Nationals? What?
Yikes.
I swear Joe Nathan played for him. I swear. I'm heated right now. I'm looking up Joe Nathan's stats right now. He played for the Giants. Yeah, 2016. He never played for the Nationals. Really? I swear he did.
So there's 11 Gold Glove winners for Nationals.
But if we ever get Rangers Cubs, Joe Nathan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He ended his career as a Cub. Or it might have ended as a Giant. His last year was 2016. He played for both. Oh, I'm seething.
He's also a well-traveled player.
Let me see it really quick. Is Alfonso Soriano on this? I don't know. Adrian Beltre played for the... No, I hate when it does this. Because it pulls up all the guys that hit for 2,000 hits. It doesn't show me the 24 people that did it for this team.
Oh.
I don't want to... Ooh, that was tough. Edgar. Oh, Edgar? And they did Ken I guess people think, Kenny Lofton. Every guy played for the Giants. But Omar Vizquel for Gold Glove. I think we did okay. Randy Johnson played for the Nationals? He had to play... There's no way. We're dumb. He played for Seattle. We should have known that one. We're going to come back to this, chat. I'm convinced. I'll lock in, I swear, one of these days. All right, but we're going to go over...
One of these days, we will get them all.
I think our first one, we got like an 80 score and just haven't gotten under like 500.
We've tanked since.
Bro, what happened? We don't know ball, chat.
I knew Ball when it came to has played in the MLB one.
We're going to go Rafael Devers to start.
Rightfully so. Okay. So he's a switch hitter.
Chat.
He's a switch hitter, but throws right. We have to do it.
He could also just be a righty. Oh, no.
Jonah Heim.
Yeah, it would be switch. You're right.
Jonah Heim.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, if there's... Okay. Why isn't it loading? Is it E? I thought it was HAIM. Bro, I swear.
Ah,
That would have been crazy.
so it's the NL East.
And at least. Okay.
Yikes.
And they're from
Ooh.
America.
Brian Reynolds. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
From Pittsburgh.
It's BR1.
Yeah.
Well, but you said it was NL East.
Oh, they're Central.
He's-
You're right.
All right. You know what? Screw it, chat. We're going with my glorious king, Spencer, the best Spencer pitcher in Atlanta, Spencer Schwellenbach.
Not a switch hitter.
Dang it,
Ozzy Albies.
Ozzy. But he's not American.
Oh, I didn't
Might not
see
be
he was
a
American.
Is Luis Garcia's probably not American either, though. Oh, he is. That was kind of racist of me. Oops. But he's only lefty.
Yeah. Josh Bell. Who does he play
I thought
for
he only
now?
hit lefty, though. Oh my... What? Let's just do him just to make sure it's NL East.
Oh,
I just wanted to double check.
so close.
It's an outfielder. I'm fairly confident.
Okay, so
It could be shortstop, I guess. But
is Edwards the Marlins a switch hitter?
look. Yeah.
He is.
This looks promising. Yeah, I think it might be Xavier Edwards. We gotta give it a shot.
Yep.
Boom!
Nice.
All right, we did better on that. We did better
Got it
on
in
that.
what, 4?
4. That's
Nice.
pretty good.
I was gonna say for how far off we were with the first one.
Yeah. All right, batter up. You're gonna carry because I don't know batting stances.
Oh yikes!
Whoever this is just crushed that ball.
Yeah, it's a homer.
It's not him, but you know what? I just gotta give some respect. I got nothing out of that. Are you kidding me? That's not true. We just know what not to guess. So AL West Rangers, Cuban, 32 years of age in right field. We know that. They could be switch.
Does it have Goodman?
Hunter Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with it. NL West.
Okay.
Also right fielder though. So we'll have to
Also,
keep in mind.
definitely is not a right fielder. He's a catcher, but okay.
This site's kind of janky. It might be. We might be cutting this out. Not doing this every week if it's gonna not routinely be accurate with primary positions.
Okay, so I know West. Oh nope, it's not. He's righty. I was gonna say Max Muncy, but he's not a lefty, or he's not a righty. He's a lefty.
Betts does not swing like that.
No,
He can't clap it like that.
Will Smith. Well, it's not American. Don't guess it.
Well, that's a Dodger Will Smith.
Hmm.
Dodger Will Smith?
Yes, but he wasn't born in. It's supposed to be.
Is he Canadian?
I don't. He's not. He is American.
Oh, he is
so
American. He's not
can't
supposed
do
to be American. Oh, I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
my.
Yeah, I got you.
I was not able to speak.
No, I'm not able to understand. I'm just stupid, chat. I'm a moron.
And oh no, it's not. You know what? Do it, Tovar.
Dude, if you... But you did get some... You got some juicy info out of that. You got a Venezuelan. And he's not a
shortstop.
Rocky. But he is a shortstop.
So it could be Mookie, but it's not Mookie.
No.
Who's
it's
Bogarts?
No. Bogarts?
No, it's not. It can't be. Bogarts isn't Venezuelan.
What's Machado?
Or is he?
It might be Bogarts. We have to give it a shot, right?
Yeah, we have enough.
Okay. What the heck is Aru?
Aruba.
Aruba, Jamaica. Okay. I don't want to get copyrighted, chat. Not about to do that. Okay, so we have two guesses, and we knocked out two teams. Unfortunate. Could it be a
Is it
Diamondback?
who's
Tell me
the
who's
Adamas? Hold on,
Adamas.
scroll back up. Don't guess it. I think Adamas is weirder. Yeah, don't guess Adamas.
Okay.
That's
Um,
that's San Fran's. It's not Colorado. It's
we're,
not
we're left with the no, not Padres. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, or Giants.
Perdomo is the Diamondbacks.
You think it's him? I
I
don't
mean,
think it's a.
it's worth a shot. It's not
It's not the
Betts
Dodgers, so
unless
it's.
it's
I think it's. I've. Ooh,
what?
Dominican Republic. It's gotta be Giants then.
So it's got to be Adamas. Adamas is their
You
is
spell that?
their shortstop. Adames.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Willie, yeah.
Oof,
What?
we got cooked. Rojas?
Oh, I guess it's not. It doesn't have to be a starter.
Yeah, we sold, chat.
Okay.
I don't know batting stances. I'm a box score merchant, so
All
that's
right.
part of my
Well,
problem. But we'll come back to one more Immaculate Grid. I swear we're going to make it up to the people. We clearly right now do not know ball, at least in terms of names. Except Joe Nathan. I threw it out there. I shot my shot. Well, our first couple topics here. MLB, jumping into MLB here. So, fantasy updates. Our matchups, our star players of the week, and key injuries if you have any. I'll let you start. How'd you do? And who's cooking for you, and who's on the chopping block?
yeah. So, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. I am 7-4. So, won 7 categories, lost 4. I guess my
Tied one.
RBIs got tied, unfortunately. But as in who's cooking, my pitching is absolutely dominating, which is what honestly this team is kind of built off of. I had 89 innings pitched with 106 Ks and a 2.3 ERA
Jealous.
with a 1.04 WHIP. So like my
Okay.
my guys were cooking this week on the pitching side of things. Hitting, I feel like I've got a lot of good hitters. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of them are struggling. Churio finally kind of had a breakout day today, had 2 home runs. But I think the guy that's kind of on the chopping block, but not on the chopping block at the same time, maybe sitting for a little while until he figures it out, is Tristan Casas. That
Yeah, I
dude,
would not drop that guy.
that
Yeah,
dude
you might have to
has,
start benching him.
yeah, has struggled, but I want him around because I know he'll find it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of I can't have him in my lineup if he's not consistently producing until he gets to that moment because I know he will. Langeliers has had a good start, but I found Keibert Ruiz on the free agent market, and he's honestly probably been the best catcher so far to start the year stat wise. So Langeliers actually might get tossed off, um, but yeah, or I just may get rid of the guy that I have on my IR, which is Josh Lowe, and replace him with someone else. So I don't know. There's a lot of. I feel like my team's in a good spot, especially my relievers, and my starters have gone.
Your pitch is killing it.
Yeah. Only thing is, I need these teams to keep the lead for my starting pitchers
To get
because I
wins.
probably should have 8 wins, but yeah, the team decides or the bullpen decides, just blow it. especially for
Banking
Chris
level.
Sale. Especially for Chris Sale.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like your pitch is going to be elite, and if your lineup cooks, you're going to be dangerous. So, for me, we had a couple weird things going on. A notorious home run hitter, Bryce Terang, has 2 home runs. And notorious base stealer, Cal Riley, has 2 stolen bases. So, quite the predicament there. I might have to try, I might start talk to him in the locker room and say, start stealing more. Bryce, and start hitting more dingers. That's what you guys were known for. That's what I drafted you for. Wild stuff. Although Cal hit a dinger today. So that was pretty crazy. But yeah, going over my stats, I'm facing Bob in my league. His team's name's Bob Shockers. I was up 12-0, and then all of a sudden his team got 3 stolen bases. I had 11, and I'm gonna lose that category. Ridiculous.
Sheesh.
He's got 15 now. He had, I think, 6 stolen bases today. 5, my mistake. He had 5. Unbelievable. I was worried about that against him. I had the guys that'll get me like 50 or 60, like 1 or 2 of those. But he has like 5 or 6 guys that'll get you 30, and that's what I was worried about. But I'm out here sweating like, I didn't win 11 categories. So, just to go comparison, I had 62 runs to his 43. I had 21 home runs to his 5. He did not have a good week in the home run department. 56 RBIs to his 36. As I mentioned, 11 stolen bases to 15. I think I'll be a good stolen base team. I just happen to be facing one that'll be tough to beat. 177 total bases to his 119. His offense was not great, but my offense, I just clobbered the ball. And bear in mind, this is with 2 days of my offense going 5 for 40, then like 5 for 22. So like, I had 2 really bad days, and I still put up these numbers. Pitching wise, it was a mixed bag. It was all over the place. 7 wins, 109 strikeouts for me, pretty good in 99 innings pitched. So getting at least a strikeout an inning, a little more than that. ERA was 3.1. I'd like it to be better, but that should more often than not, theoretically, at least keep you in the hunt. I feel like 2.3 is insane.
Yeah.
So that might settle down a little bit, but your pitching will probably beat mine for sure. 1.08 whip. I was fighting for that one for a long time. Because I early on was not allowing runs, but I was allowing like at 2 hits an inning. It was ridiculous, but my guys somewhat settled down. Only 4 quality starts, and that's not really a surprise. I'm not playing for that. I'm trying to play for wins and get a crap ton of strikeouts and saves. I had 8 to his 0, so I would like to have more than that, and I would have had more if I didn't have 2 blown saves, including one today from Mr. Helsley in St. Louis. Thanks a lot, you bum. Get ready to learn Chinese. In all seriousness, I'm not stupid enough, guys, to drop him.
Free
But my key pitchers, Zach Wheeler, and as I mentioned earlier, the best Spencer in Atlanta, Spencer Schwellenbach. 2 outings, has not allowed a run. That dude is going to put in work for me, and I those 2, and I need it because the rest of my rotation, yikes. On the chopping block, Michael Wacha. Yeah, rough. Walker Buehler, get ready to learn free agent ease, buddy. He's just washed. It's sad, but he's getting dropped tomorrow. Michael Wacha, I might give another chance. He did not have a good outing yesterday, but I think it's because his manager is a moron. If he just took him out after 5, he had a great outing. But I just think the way he shifted his defense and the way he ran with Wacha kind of screwed him over yesterday. So I'm willing to give him another shot. And then I lost Leiter to the IL. Unfortunate because he was cooking for me. But I have a couple guys that'll do well. But I'm a little nervous about my rotation right now. In terms of the guys that are cooking for me, I picked up that Soderstrom kid in Oakland, Tyler Soderstrom, first base. I also picked up the first baseman out of Cleveland, and probably will drop the Cleveland guy. But my strategy there was, they're both cooking, upcoming prospects at first base. I realistically don't need multiple first basemen. It's just kind of looking for a replacement for Paredes. Paredes was kind of a panic pick for me, so. Um, but yeah, really the star of the week overall for me is Schwellenbach, and then probably Schwarber in terms of offense. 4 home runs this week. Schwarber had a nice week, so Rooker had 4 too. So a lot of people are getting on him for he's either striking out 4 of every 5 bats. But my thing is, if he gets the home run, I don't care, and he's gotten 4 this week, so that's pretty good. So those are my key guys, and we'll see what I do from here. But I'm really, really liking Schwellenbach, Senga, and Wheeler to lock it down. If any of those guys get injured, though, I'm cooked out of my mind. So we'll see. I'll start off 11-1. You'll start off 7-4. We both start off with a dub. That's kind of the hope. It is the podcast league, so we do need to be the ones kind of running it for the most part. Next thing, I'll let you cook with the Rangers. Great start to the year. Well, kind of a roller coaster. Might be a little Mickey Mouse Satan too, because I think there's still a negative run difference with 6 more wins than losses. Utterly insane. But I'll let you get into that. What are some of the early successes this team's having, and how you're feeling about them with this good start?
Yeah, we're one of, I think, the only teams that have a winning record, and we are currently 1 run, or we are minus 1 run. Yeah. So we're one of the very few teams like that. Unfortunately, the offense has not, clicked. They've clicked enough to get wins, but they haven't clicked collectively yet. We have a bunch of guys that historically have done well. Semien, Seager, Peterson. They all have history that backs up that they will be good. But they just haven't clicked yet. We're relying currently on guys, which I thought I'd never say this, like Langford, Jonah Heim, Higashioka. Josh Smith has been killing it for us. In the Tampa series, he walked 3 times during the series and had 6 hits in the series. So, crazy statistic. He walked 3 times yesterday, and today had 3 hits. So, the dude, once again, won a Silver Slugger last year. Probably, maybe not underrated, but undervalued as a player. But yeah, once I think our big guns start hitting, like the Seager, Semien hit a home run yesterday, so maybe, and he had a single or a double today.
Seager
So
had a
maybe
homer today too. So
maybe he's finding it. Seager, had a homer today. Langford is looking well, like he's not even a rookie or even in his second year. Garcia has slumped off a little bit, but I think overall the lineup will find it. Mm-hmm. Are we going to be top of the league in some categories? No, but I feel like we're going to be. Apparently, we are leading the league in stolen bases. Huh. And Leody Taveras has the most stolen bases in the American League so far. So, take that with a grain of salt. We're not going to be stealing that much. But it's a good statistic to be, honestly, in the lead of, because that means you're scoring more runs because a guy is going from first to second and is in scoring position. But the starting pitching has carried this team. Leiter, before he went on the IL, had a .9 ERA. DeGrom has looked good. Don't think he should have gone into the 6th inning like he did last night. So I think that before the 6th inning also was killing it. Evaldi, everyone knows Evaldi, had a Maddox game. Maddox shutout, complete game, less than, or 99 pitchers or less. That's what they call a Maddox. Which ironically, he has Mike Maddox as his pitching coach, so that's actually kind of funny. Kumar Rocker had a really good game today. Struggled up in Cincy, was part of the 14 run game that Cincy had, and then Cincy went
Today.
37 innings without scoring. But that's a different topic. But today he looked really good. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 run um, against a Tampa Bay lineup that honestly I think is underrated. I think they're going to have. I don't think they're going to go out and win the AL East, but I think they could fight for a playoff spot. That I think lineup is not deep, but it can cause chaos, which is what Tampa Bay does. Yeah, Maui had a rough first start, but looked good Friday. So I think overall, this team, the pitching is turning out. The bullpen has actually looked pretty decent. So
Except Church.
Except Church for today, yeah. So I'm excited for him. I think this is crazy to say this early in the year, but this is probably the best bullpen we've had I've had as a fan. And so even if it completely falls off the wazoo, they've started off really well, which is what they needed. I'll bite my words and bite my tongue. Luke Jackson has bounced back and
who's still a free agent.
Has looked pretty decent,
by the way.
He also, as of going into today, had the most saves in the AL. So, it's been a good start.
Don't trust it.
I don't either. I'm not. Chris Martin should be the closer, and I will stand by that. But Luke Jackson has at least, other than Game 1, which opening day is its own monster.
Of course, the one day is a bad day is when I'm there. Unbelievable, Luke.
Yeah, and opening day is a different monster, but he since has settled down and has 4 saves and has looked good in those 4 games. So, yeah, it's an exciting year. The Astros don't look as good as everyone thought they would be coming out. So, I think we're in a good spot.
They've usually started off poor. Last couple of years, they've started off pretty sluggish, especially last year or 2 years ago. And they really turned it around. So I'm not going to buy too much into their slow start yet. Although we more expected them to take a step back. So I don't expect them to make this miraculous turnaround to win the division this year. But I'm not going to, as I mentioned, they've started off slow in the past. And Seattle started off what? Didn't they start off like 14-2 like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And went full Seattle. So it's harder for me to judge Houston like that. And one other thing. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I think the Astros will still make the playoffs. I'm not saying they won't make the playoffs. I'm just saying I think the Rangers are in a good spot.
To win the division.
And could win the division.
For sure. Yeah, and the other thing I'd like to point out, again, I heavily criticized Rocker the other day. It was all part of the plan. I have to understand when I criticize guys like that, it's intentional. For those who don't know, I think I have a gift. I'm almost convinced I jinx athletes to turn it around. So whenever I say someone to get ready to learn Chinese or or stuff like that, they miraculously the next day go off. I swear to Daniel's a living witness. I don't even remember who it was. A couple of years ago, I literally called somebody out, and then on the spot, as I texted you, they hit a home run. I can't make this up. I'll have to back it up and find some of these instances. It's insane, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I called Rocker a bust. I was hard on him. Sorry, I fly just all over the place, but I did that on purpose. I did that to motivate him. He knows. I used my powers to make sure he would cook today, and look what he did today. 5 innings, 1-run ball. I'm just saying. Yeah. So, and honestly, that 1 run, the Rays were just putting the ball in the exact spots they needed to. So, Rocker really, there was 1 pitch that was high. I think he threw high and away. They should throw low. That was a bad hit he allowed. But everything else, it was just Tampa Bay was just putting it where they needed to. So he had a great start. So I can't compliment him too much because that's not how my abilities work. So hopefully he'll keep cooking. But Rangers looking great. Cubs are looking pretty good. They did just win the series against the Padres, and they play each other in the series tomorrow.
They start
So
tomorrow.
that'll be a fun one.
Oh, actually, I have a question. Did
yeah.
you see the uniforms they wore? I think it was yesterday. The powder blue or sky blue,
Of
whatever
course
you
I
want to
did.
call it. Well,
Yeah,
how do
because
you
I think
feel?
I saw. Who's in left field?
Ian Happ.
Ian Happ. He made a pretty good
Yeah.
play in left field in those jerseys. They're clean.
Yeah.
I love powder blues. Anybody can pull them off. They are starting to wear off on me a little bit, just because everybody's trying to do it. But like, as long as your team has blue as like a primary color, I think you're fine. The Cardinals are the exception because they were one of the first ones to do this trend,
Yeah.
and those are fire, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut them slack. But like, I do love them, but ultimately it's just like powder blues kind of it's becoming a little more consistent with a few teams now. It's like I want to see something different. I want to see a different trend. So
Yeah,
but
that's
again,
fair.
like I said, for the Cubs, it does make more sense. The primary color is blue, so they can rock it. But,
Yeah, no, I saw it yesterday, and I was like, I didn't even realize they got a new uniform. I really like that.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they're City Connects or anything like that.
No,
I don't remember.
I think they got rid of the Wrigleyville.
Yeah, yeah. Those are something else. They weren't the Boston yellow ones though. Those were
See,
that was bad.
that's where we disagree. I liked the
You like those?
Yeah.
I
like them.
don't like yellow.
That's
I'm always a yellow hater.
That's fair.
I mean, I just don't think it's a good color, but I respect it. Hey, I'll give that to you. So, next thing, the last thing for baseball, torpedo bats. It had to come up. Yankees were juicing to hit 9 home runs against the Brewers opening day. It seems like they've settled down a little bit since. But what are your thoughts on the torpedo bats? Especially since Yahoo is telling us who's using them now, by the way. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it will tell you who's using a torpedo bat. So
That's crazy.
Stupid.
That's
But
weird.
hey, but what are your thoughts on the torpedo bats?
Yeah. Initially, I think I came in hot about them. I feel like they're not as they're probably better, but like they're not as great. I think as I initially thought. I had unfortunately firsthand experience of Ellie De La Cruz getting it, and the first game that he got him, he went 4 for 4 with 2 home runs. So like, I'm still kind of out on how I feel about them. I think there's got to be some regulation to them. But I mean, you can't do anything this year. It's too late.
It's too late.
I know a couple of Rangers have ordered. I know Jake Berger is one of them. Has ordered a torpedo bat. I don't know if he got it yet or if he's still waiting on them. And apparently a couple of other Rangers are also.
I think Peterson did. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I know the Rangers
Jock
ordered
did.
some. Yeah. So, honestly, it's also just hard to hit a baseball in general. So, like, Matt Strahm said something, honestly, I kind of agreed with. Matt Strahm was like, well, let the hitters use whatever bat they want to use, but you need to stop checking us like we're prisoners and let us use
the checking thing's insane.
He was like, let us use the sticky tack that we were using if you're going to let them use these different bats. And I was like, honestly,
Fair game.
I don't disagree with that take. Is it a wild take? Yeah, but I also think these torpedo bats are a wild thing. I think if we're going to let hitters use that, I don't think pitchers shouldn't be allowed to use stuff to enhance their grip. Because then we're just giving the batters, once again, which the MLB wants more offense throughout the league, which doesn't make sense because teams are scoring 6-7 runs daily. Yeah, it's just gonna. I feel like they've got to do something about the torpedo bats at the end of the year, or it's gonna become a very hot topic in the new CBA. There's already a couple of hot topics that are about to come up that
Yeah.
could lead to a lockout, and I feel like if these torpedo bats stay, the pitchers that are on that player board could have a huge issue with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. 2025, nothing to do about it. My main issue is don't let the Dodgers get their hand on it. You know, I jokingly proposed with Blake. I was like, you know what? Let the Dodgers and all these top 5 teams in payroll defer all they want, but they're banned from using the bats. And then everybody else, they can use PEDs, they can use juice balls, and they can use the torpedo bat in exchange. So they get more limited money to spend, but they can use whatever the heck they want to try to hit it. And then the Dodgers can spend, you know, if they want to spend $10 billion, so be it. But you're not allowed to use PEDs or the crazy bat, sticky tack, none of that stuff. So we were messing around with stuff like that.
That's funny. That's funny.
Obviously, that'd be impossible to enforce and completely impractical, but it's just a fun little joke we were having. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know, it seems like things are settling down with him already a bit. I like the Yankees started off hot, as you mentioned. Elliot De La Cruz, first time he's using it, he was killing it, but then kind of, you know, went, you know, roughly 37 innings without scoring a run. So I think it'll be an interesting, and I think you just got to let it run its course for the year, and then kind of discuss it in the off season. Kind of use this year as an experiment to see how big of an impact it really makes. Because, like I said, guys are starting off hot, but pitchers seem like they've kind of already figured it out. I could be totally wrong about that, but like the Yankees, I think it was just a freak. You know, they hit 9 home runs in a day, and they have not. I don't even know if they've hit 9 home runs since. They probably have, but yeah, I don't. I think people are overreacting a little bit. Is what I'm trying to get at. I don't think they'll be as huge as we're making it out to be, but should we probably still regulate it? Yes, and I love the Strom take. You don't need to ban it. Just let pitchers use sticky, unban something. Or even give them the shift. Shift however way they please. Do something to counteract that rather than banning. I don't know if we necessarily need to ban everything that comes down the road. Just make sure it's balanced somehow. Make sure, you know, pitchers can do something to counteract the bats, or vice versa. If the pitchers are using something the batters think's unfair, counteract it in some way. You ban it, fine, but yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a fun year. But ultimately, I've been more of a pitcher guy myself. I want runs to come a little more naturally and not just be forced because some dude invented a new bat. So we'll see what happens, and it should be an exciting year regardless. But probably should be a one and done bat. So
don't worry, we're gonna get the golden at bat soon.
Oh. Oh.
For those of you that don't know what the golden at bat is, it is what Rob Manfred said in like the winter meetings or something like that, where a team gets to use a golden at bat once a game and can put their whoever they want at the plate for another player. So take that with what you want, feel about that how you want to feel. I hate it. Not baseball. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, golden at bat. Ohtani goes in front of for Ohtani. Big brain, right? Unbelievable. Oh, it's such a bad idea. But yeah, honestly, you should just bring in the aluminum power bat for backyard baseball. Am I right? That's basically what these bats are. So
yeah.
I saw their Instagram post that, and I was like, you know what? That's fair. That's practically what these are right now. So that'll be it for baseball for today. Besides maybe one immaculate grade, depending on how much the next couple topics go. College basketball. Jumping into that. Quick reactions to Duke choking. Did the refs blow it? Cry me a river, Duke fans, by the way. Albeit, you know, I have not seen a lot of Duke fans crying about it. It was mostly CBS glazing the crap out of Duke. And I was just like, buddy, that Duke's gotten calls favorably for 50 years. I think they can afford one questionable call. But yeah, Duke blew it against Houston. What are your initial reactions? Mine was, what the heck?
Yeah.
Because I was playing something expecting Duke to win. I had checked it was like a 5-point game with like a minute left. And I was like, all right, Duke's got it. And then all of a sudden it's like 12:30 at night. I checked my phone. And it was like, Houston won? What? So, what are your takeaways and what are your reactions?
Yeah. Good job, Houston. Yeah, it was craziness. They were up by Duke was up by 10 with I think a minute and a half left or something like that, and just blowing a 10-point lead in a minute and a half. It's crazy. Also, if you want to complain about a foul call late in the game, don't blow a 10-point lead.
Preach.
I mean, it's pretty simple. You don't put the game in the ref's hands, and that's exactly what Duke did by letting Houston back in it. And Houston did it. Credit to the guys on Houston. Credit to the head coach. They never let up. They fought till the end of it, and I mean, even down by 10 points with a minute and a half left, that's deflating. But they never gave up and ended up pulling it out. So crazy. Also, if you're the coach of Duke, how do you let Cooper Flagg take the last shot? You know he's going to get double teamed, triple teamed. He's not the guy that's going to beat Houston. You got to give it to someone else. So that's also a little bit of a mistake on Duke's part. Yes, Cooper Flagg's probably and is the best player on that court individually, talent-wise, but everyone knows that. Everyone's going to go guard him. They're not going to let Cooper Flagg beat them. So why are you running a play for Cooper Flagg? Yeah, maybe have Cooper Flagg involved in the play, but there's going to be someone else open. Find that person. And if they miss the shot, they miss an open shot. That sucks. But what Cooper Flagg got was not an open shot.
No, it was not.
It was,
and he definitely forced that shot.
Yeah, it was a highly contested and highly improbable shot that he was going to make. I would rather take some other guy that is wide open than what Cooper Flagg got. So, overall, good job, Houston. Way to fight and way to honestly take Duke out.
Absolutely. And I think, Duke, if you're going to get it to Flagg, you've got to try to be creative with it. And you're facing a coach already that came up with one of the most creative plays I've ever seen to end a game. Inbounding that pass and passing it right back to get to the rim to win the game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable play call there. So you're already going up against a guy that clearly knows what he's doing. And he's gotten his guys. I think clearly the message for Houston all year's been he just never quit. And they've just been that kind of team that's just never been out of anything. And it showed last night that they fought because even early in the tournament, I remember seeing a team, it was Xavier against Illinois. Minute left, down 11. They quit. They didn't try to foul us. They just let the clock run out. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I was like, what are you doing? You still have a chance here. You force... We miss a couple free throws. You hit a couple threes. You're right back in this. Why are you quitting all of a sudden? And so kudos to Houston for not doing that because very easily could have done that. You're going up against the team that should have won it all. They've been talked about all year long about winning it all. And quite frankly, I bid it because it seemed like there weren't really a lot of teams that could compete with them. And Cooper Flagg had a really good year to his credit. He lived up to the hype for the most part. And I see why he's going to be the number one pick. But, man, kudos to Houston, man. They really put up a heck of an effort. And really, when push came to shove, they clearly wanted it more. Duke expected it more. They had the expectations to win it. Houston went out and grabbed it. And that was kind of their mentality. They wanted it more. Duke didn't want it more. They already had in their minds that they had this thing won. So So kudos to Houston. Absolutely unbelievable run that they're having. Great team. I overlooked them. They've clearly proven my March Madness theory wrong now, where I always keep them at Sweet 16 because they usually go a couple rounds, but then get bounced by a team. But this year's different. They proved me wrong, and UConn too. A couple of my theories aren't working out so hot anymore. So my UConn, whenever they're in it, they win it. Doesn't work out that way this year. So. But yeah, I loved seeing Houston win. My roommate is from the Houston area, so even though we're not huge Astros fans here, I have no personal beef with the Cougars whatsoever. I threatened to jump off the Illinois bandwagon for them. I know I've talked about that with you. I was so sick of Illinois. Thankfully, I put up with one more year, and Illinois turned around both programs really quickly for a change. But yeah, Houston, unbelievable team, unbelievable year, and I think they got a real good chance tomorrow night. And speaking of tomorrow night, against Florida, they also had a really good game. So people who talk about how boring 4-1 seeds are, including myself, but the one thing that I did say was, even though it's not ideal, you don't have any Cinderellas, we're going to get good matchups, and that's what we got. We got two great Final Four games. Particularly the second one, and not just because we don't like Duke. It just that comeback was insane. So, but Houston and Florida, surely, yeah, that was who I thought was going to be in the finals. Totally. Who you got winning?
Yeah, I mean, I have Florida winning it all in my bracket, so I'm just going to stick with them. I thought they were going to beat Duke anyways. Florida came into the tournament hot. I mean, scalding hot. They won the SEC tournament and looked like by far the best team in the SEC, even better than Auburn, and matched up against Auburn last night. Also a really good game. Beat Auburn, and I think Auburn was probably going to be, if they met Auburn, which they ended up meeting Auburn, was going to be their toughest game getting to the championship game, because beating a team for the third or fourth time is the hardest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that. So I think this will be a really good game also. I think Houston has proven themselves. Their one big flaw has always been their defense. We know they can score, and we know they can score a lot, but their flaw had always been their defense. And if they couldn't score, or a defense stopped their offense, they couldn't stop that offense. So this is a different Houston team, a different style, a different... it's not a different program, but it's a different philosophy that their head coach brought on this year.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it worked. They got to the championship game, but I, unfortunately for Houston, think Florida is just too hot. This is what you want to do coming into a tournament, especially March Madness, and I think they came into March Madness right away and the right way in it. And I think they're going to win it all, especially having to come out of the SEC. We've talked about it. I think the SEC has been the deepest conference, especially for basketball. I mean, 2 out of the 4 1 seeds were SEC teams, and then a couple more were 2 and 3 seeds. So, Florida's had to deal with a lot. Not saying Houston hasn't, but I think Florida has shown that they're more they have more war battles that they've gone out and fought and won. So I think Florida will take it. And also their point guard is just off the charts.
He's nasty. We've done a lot of agreeing on this podcast, so I need to spice it up a bit. I'm going to go Houston. I think Florida's probably the favorite. They should be the favorite to win. They've been unbelievable, and I gotta give them a lot of credit. They've just had one of the best runs we've seen in quite some time. They've been dominant all year long, and wouldn't be surprised if they dominated tomorrow night. My thing is, as you mentioned, the head coach bringing a new philosophy. He's just done an incredible job. Every time I watch Houston, just what they've done, what he's done to this program, changing things up, it's just been nothing short of incredible. And I mentioned before, it was against Tennessee. I forgot who he did it against, but that one play to end the game was one of the best plays I've ever seen. I was just blown away by that. It was a genius play call. It was a genius play call. And, and kudos to whoever lost in that game. I'd be like, how do you cover that? You don't expect something like that. It was a brilliant, brilliant move. I think these guys are hungry. I think they felt disrespected. They probably were seen as the weakest one seed, as I did mention that. I felt like Illinois had a more favorable path to a Final Four run, just in terms of I liked us against Kentucky, and I didn't want to play Auburn, Florida, or Duke to get to that Final Four. Those were the one seeds I didn't want to face. I wanted to face Houston, and here they are. They beat Duke. They beat this gigantic beast that everyone expected to win it all and coast. And so if you can do that, if you can end a game the way they did a couple rounds ago and keep proving teams wrong, I think they could do it again tomorrow night. But I think either way, we're going to get one of the best games we've gotten in a natty in some time. I think maybe not the levels of North Carolina, Villanova, maybe the greatest college basketball game of all time. That absolutely electric, but I think we could get some fireworks similar to that game tomorrow night. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. So I'm looking forward to watching it, even though it's at 7:50. Thanks a lot, California. Unbelievable. So it's not a two-way street here, It's in San Antonio, by the way.
That's crazy.
So what are we doing? Whatever. If it game's in California, it's at 7 o'clock for California. If it game's in Texas, it's 7 o'clock for California. Ridiculous. But whatever. So it'll be a great game either way. So, any final thoughts before we briefly go to NHL?
No, I'm excited for tomorrow. It'll be a fun game to watch. Yeah. I was with you. I was like, one seeds aren't as fun. But I didn't realize that we haven't had one seeds in the Final Four
I think,
for a long time. And so I was like, honestly, this is kind of cool. It doesn't happen often.
It doesn't.
And so, honestly, having, in a sense, by the ranking of the committee, the 4 best teams in the Final Four, honestly, was a lot of fun. And I think it lived up or even exceeded expectations.
Yeah, and I'll give the committees really quick credit, college football and basketball. The fact of the matter, they did a pretty respectable job seeding teams overall. Obviously, football has some things to work out just in terms of, where certain teams that get in it should be ranked, but I think they picked the right ones for the most part. South Carolina and Alabama, you can cry all you want. You got spanked by the Big Ten. But basketball, they did a great job. I mean, there weren't a lot of upsets, and it's what everybody wants out of March. And there could be discussion as to whether or not the NIL is ruining it. We can talk about that another time. I had that in the agenda originally, but we won't have time for that this week. But I think it could just be, it just happened to be a year where the top 4 teams were the best they were the best fits to make it a long way. And so we'll see what happens next year, but it was an electric Final Four, and I'm glad it happened, especially since it's only the second or third time we've had 4 1 seeds make it this far. And as I mentioned, first time happened, it was 2008, I think.
Yeah.
So it has not happened a lot. So
no. Because it's hard to get there.
It's hard to get there, man.
It's not easy.
Hard. Yeah. So, all right, really quickly, a couple things NHL. First things first, the biggest thing that happened in hockey. Will I get my Jersey Mike's rewards? That's exactly what everybody's thinking about. But really quickly, yeah, so Jersey Mike's does this thing where you can do a pick'em for NHL, and after so many points you can get a free sandwich and all that. So the closest sandwich I can get is the mini, 44 points. I'm at 20 right now. It ends on the 15th, chat.
Oh.
So, yes or no? Can I get there? Can I cook?
How many points do you get for a win?
You get 1 for a win. You get 4 picks a night. Or however many games that happen that night. So if there's 3 games, you can pick all 3. Otherwise, you can pick between 4. And last night, I was 1-3.
And we have, almost 10 days left?
Yeah. Now, I want to clarify. I did go 1-3 last night, but in my defense, I picked against the Bruins. Come on, man. Carolina lost to Boston. Are you kidding me?
Yikes.
So that I can't take full blame for that. I knew that streak was supposed to end eventually, but that's the kind of gambler's mentality that gets you losses. So I went against it, and Carolina screwed me. And the Stars lost it. And the guys, I'm cooked. I'm gonna level this year. I think I'm going 1-3 again. But 2 days ago, I went 4-0, and then the day before that, I think I did pretty well. Yeah, so
You'd have to go on like a generational 4.
Yeah, especially since I did not have a good day today either. But I picked Dallas yesterday. I lost to Pittsburgh. And then Tampa Bay lost to Buffalo. Like, I didn't make bad picks, chat. I didn't make bad picks. That just, what the heck are we doing? And right now I took Stars lost to the Wild. Come on.
Yeah.
And then the Panthers are losing to Detroit. I just...
in the Panthers' defense, they have $46 million worth of players that aren't playing today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Reinhardt's out. Kachuk is out, obviously.
I should have known that. Well, I knew Kachuk was out, but like...
There's so many.
Detroit's been so
out.
bad lately.
Yeah.
They've been so bad lately.
Yeah, but when you have like $46 million worth of players not playing tonight, apparently it's like their top 4
$46
defensemen.
million less, and they're still way better than Detroit. Blake would agree with me on
That's
that.
fair. That's fair.
When he listens to this, Blake, you text me when you get to this part and prove to me that I'm right. They're down those guys, and they still should wallop this mid Red Wing squad.
Yeah, I mean, I
heated.
think the Panthers are missing their top 4 defensemen and like 5 of their top 6
That's
forwards
brutal.
or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, yikes.
Yeah, I had bad picks today and yesterday. I'm gonna lock in, chat. So I need I think you automatically get 2 points no matter what, for every day you do it. So
Gotcha. My answer's no. I don't think you'll do
yeah,
it.
I think I'm screwed at this point.
I think you're cooked.
I think I'm cooked. I need that sandwich though. I need 20. Well, hang on. I need 24 points, right? So, okay. And
You can only miss 4 because there's only 30. If you can choose 4 a day,
Oh my gosh, stupid.
you can only choose 4.
Yeah,
You can only get at most 32.
that's brutal. Okay, yeah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked for sure. And then my camera just went out because it's stupid. So we're just doing this the rest of the episode. I'm buying a new one. I'm done with this. I need to get one that's on my monitor. I have one that stands up, but okay. Wow. That's frustrating. But anyway, yeah, I'm cooked. Yeah, you humbled me. There's no way. I can't walk in. But anyway, the real thing we were going to talk about was Ovi breaking the all-time record, and thank the Lord it was not the Blackhawks. I was sweating bullets. I won't lie. He tied it against this, and he had the opportunity to get the empty netter. But you know what? He's a man. He wanted to earn it the legit way. I gotta give Ovi credit where credit's due. And he did it against Sorokin, which it was the first time he's ever scored against that guy. Fun fact.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, albeit I think they've only faced each other like 4 or 5 times because of either injury or mostly just because of injuries. But still, nonetheless, wild stuff. But yeah, thoughts or quick congratulations to Ovi. And
Yeah.
before I mention our previous predictions, I was going to bring back up and see who's closer.
Yeah, I mean, congrats. Honestly, I think a lot of people thought this would never be broken. But he did it, and I'm glad he did it this year and didn't have to wait or have to go into the off season knowing whether or not he would do it or stay another year. So congrats to him. Gretzky was there, which I thought was really cool, and congratulated him too. And I think the fact that he said he didn't want to do it against an empty, that he didn't get on the ice because he wanted to do it with a goalie in was, honestly, I have even more respect because he easily could have just taken the cheap way out and scored on an empty net.
Yeah.
So good for him. Honestly, it was also really cool to see how, I wish it would have happened with him at home, but it was also really cool to see the Islanders fans immediately jump up and cheer.
That was awesome.
So honestly, it was really cool. It was a really cool moment, and just congrats, well deserved.
It was an awesome moment for sure, and yeah, it was inevitable, and we'll see if Ovi decides to play beyond this year regardless. Very easily could. Feels like right now he probably won't, but could be wrong. So congrats to Ovi, and he's a better goal scorer than my camera is standing up and, actually staying on. Stupid piece of crap. So really quickly, Ovi, our predictions. I had the Sabres and you had the Bruins. We were both pretty close, but those are the 2 games before the Blackhawks game. Bruins was right before Chicago, so you were closer by 1 game. So our note did say in reality Blackhawks, so we were actually pretty much spot on. Holy crap, Chicago, just holy Mickey Mouse, but whatever. We survived. So people won't remember who he tied against. They will remember who they scored to break it.
Yep.
So
also,
suck it, Islanders.
I will say the funny thing, he thanked Sorokin for letting the goal go in.
Oh gosh.
I was like,
I love that.
I don't know if Sorokin wanted that to go in, but sure.
Yeah. Oh, Sorokin. Well, that's all done and squared away. So, we'll see how Ovi does in his potential last playoff run. It'll be interesting to see. So, likely the last Gretzky record that'll be broken that's of significance.
Yeah.
Unless if Connor McDavid decides to score 300 points a year for the next 10 years to break the points record. But that ain't happening.
No.
So, really quickly. Sorry. Go ahead.
The points record I don't think will ever be broken.
No
That's
shot.
just
Shot.
Madness. Like, that's insanely difficult, and you have to be insanely great, like Gretzky was, to break it.
100%. Or just be a generational passing leader. We'll see. All right, we got to run it back. I can't end on this. We got to get a score of at least 300 or less. Give us 2 teams we can rock with. 658. I see the Rangers, but I also see the Giants again. Yes or no?
I feel like the Giants one, at least in this instance, isn't super difficult.
Alright, okay, we're gonna rock with it. So, rows are Twins, Giants, and Rangers. Columns are Braves, sub 3 ERA, and 200 wins in a career.
Do they have to have the 3 ERA with the team?
Probably.
Yeah.
Single season, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, we could probably knock out Rangers first. Rangers, Braves.
I mean, I feel like a big one is Will Smith.
We'll just go with Will Smith. This kind of scares me, actually.
Oh, God. I forgot there's like 4 of them.
Jesus. I think it's 2012 to 2024. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. He had been playing a long time. Will Smith, the catcher, started more recently. I figured as such. 5%, ball mower. Sub 3 ERA.
Yikes.
Now, could this be a relief
does
pitcher?
it say... No. Does it say it has to be a certain amount of games played?
No minimum innings requirement.
C.J. Wilson.
Based. Pro ball mower. Only 3%. I thought that'd be less.
That's
I had
a
no
horrible
clue that
photo
guy
of him.
is.
Yeah, you do. Look him up and you'll know who he is.
Texas. 2011.
All-Star. He was a part of our World Series runs.
World Series team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not.
I forgot about him.
That does not look anything like what I remember.
He did go up. Yeah, I do remember that now. 4.9 more that year. Pretty crazy. 200 wins in a career. So now it could just be
Anyone?
one game there and that's it.
Did Tim Lincecum get 200 wins?
Did he pitch for the Rangers?
Yeah, he did.
What?
Yep.
I don't think so. I don't think he lasted long enough.
Okay.
200 wins is a lot.
Yeah, 200 wins is a lot.
I know Bartolo Colon did.
And he played for the Rangers.
He played for literally everybody. We gotta start thinking about Bartolo Colon in these.
Would he be better? Did he play for the Twins?
I think he did.
That's what I'm saying. Would he be better in a Twins slot or the Rangers slot?
I don't know. Both are less memorable. I feel like we should probably just go with the Twins, actually. Let's go with the Twins. Yeah.
Nice.
Unless it lets us do it twice. No.
No.
There is one Immaculate Grid that lets you do that,
Oh, interesting.
which is kind of weird.
Did Kobe Lewis ever get it? I know he... Oh, Lance Lynn.
200 wins? Lance Lynn?
Maybe not 200 for Lance Lynn.
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think of guys.
Colby Lewis, no way. 200 wins is a lot, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if we even
Cole
had...
Hamels?
Oh, I don't know. Did he reach 200?
Kenny Rogers? What about Kenny Rogers?
Nolan Ryan. But that's gonna
be the top answer.
Yeah, that's gonna be the top.
I really want to go Kenny Rogers so bad.
Yeah, I don't know if he got to 200. DeGrom, unfortunately, no, because of the stupid Mets.
And injuries, so
And
no
injuries.
shot.
I'm gonna
We can
pull.
come back to it.
Yeah,
Giants 200 wins. Even easier.
Matt Cain.
I've been debating Matt Cain.
200 is just so many wins.
It's way too many. Randy Johnson's going to be there.
Yeah.
But Barry Zito?
Oh, I don't know, because he went to Oakland. And later in his career. But I can't remember when he was with Oakland, if they were good or not.
I'm just going to do Randy Johnson. It's going to be the top answer. I just don't want to waste too much time here. Yeah, 29%. Not surprised. I'm going to try to see if Barry Zito is there, though. I just want to have that locked up.
I feel like, Lincecum has to have less than 3. He had a couple years where he
Thing is, we could do anything. So we could go Brian Wilson here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going Brian Wilson.
So it's even relievers, too?
I'm assuming. So no minimum inning requirement.
Okay,
When the team
yeah.
sub 3.
So we
that
could
team
even
suit.
do a guy that literally threw a third of an inning.
Yeah. Dude.
Interesting.
Wait, could we do a position player?
That's what I was thinking.
How did Pence ever do? I gotta think.
Pence had to have, but I don't know if it was under 3. That's the only downside of doing a position player. They only do it once, and if they give up a run, their ERA is
They're
insane.
screwed.
I would just do Brian Wilson.
Okay,
I feel like a reliever isn't going to be remembered as much.
5%. He's the most well known there, so I'm not surprised that it's 5. But oh man, dude, I wanted to a position player so bad. I don't know Twins enough though. Justin Morneau, had he ever done it?
Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer be crazy. Who's catching? Later in his career maybe, when he switched to first. We could just do Joe Nathan. Just a quick tribute to him. Johan Santana's a pretty obvious answer. LaTroy Hawkins, certified ball mower. I do know LaTroy Hawkins. You know what? Screw it. I'm going LaTroy Hawkins. I talked myself into it. Boom!
Point 8.
I bring the boom! Yes, sir. Ball mower. Speaking of which, if we see Twins Cubs, we could do LaTroy Hawkins.
That's funny.
Twins Braves.
Atlanta.
not Sonny Gray. I swear there was a pitcher. Did Charlie Morton ever pitch for the Twins?
I don't
think
think
so.
so. Mm-mm. He went from the Twins. I know he's with Baltimore now. He went to He's played with Tampa.
Wait, he did play with the Twins?
No, I don't think he did. I'm trying to think
No.
through all of the teams I've
I'm
seen
sorry.
him.
I heard you say Twins. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, sorry.
He would, yeah. Because I know he played for Atlanta 100%.
And Tampa. And then he's with Baltimore.
Okay. And then Sonny Gray never played for the Braves.
Oh, Soler for the Braves and
I think he played for the Twins.
no, for San Fran.
Oh, San Fran. Yeah. Okay. That might be a decent amount. Yeah, because he's recent. But that's still good. And he played for the Angels. Fun fact.
He currently plays for the Angels.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know modern day ball chat.
That's also another guy I may drop from my fantasy team. He'll hit home runs, but he's not going to hit for average.
I know he's a former Cub, chat. And a Royal. Maybe you should start naming Jorge Soler more often.
Yeah.
That's 5 teams.
I forgot how much he traveled
Royals,
around.
Cubs, Braves, Giants, Angels. At least.
Yeah.
Interesting. Bomb, I guess.
Twins, Atlanta.
Oh, no, Lance Lynn didn't play for Atlanta.
No.
That'd have been nice, though. Torrey Hunter, I think it was only Twins in Anaheim.
Yeah.
No, he was Detroit, too. He was the guy that ran into the wall in the 2013 ALCS. I forgot about his Detroit time. But he never played for the Braves. Brian McCann? No. I feel like I should know this. Joe Nathan did not play for the Braves, almost certain. Wait, did that Jared? No, he just got Jared Kelnick got traded directly. He never played for the Twins. It was just, I think he's just Mariners and Braves. Should we just try a Ranger guy? Should we just full?
Ooh. Oh, never mind. Is it only in the MLB?
It doesn't specify. Who are you thinking, though?
Yu Darvish. Because he had a really good career in the Korean or Japanese league. One of the two.
I have a sneaking suspicion that they will not count that.
Yeah, they're probably not going to allow that.
We can experiment. I'm gonna do it. But okay, so we're gonna do this. We'll say we'll type in the guess as Yu Darvish, but my official guess is gonna be Kenny Rogers. So if we get either one, I'll count it. But this is kind of just to help us know if they're gonna include Japanese teams or not. I don't think they will.
No, they don't.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look for Kenny Rogers. If he's there, I'm gonna count him.
Did Kenny Rogers play with anyone other than Texas?
He did. I just don't remember who.
Okay, if he did, then I'm pretty sure he had it.
He played a long time.
Yeah, he did.
And you're also last no-hitter, fun fact.
Yeah, I know he almost had, I think he had 150 with the Rangers. So if he played elsewhere, then I would assume he got 200.
I wanted to say Jason Hayward, but no.
No, he didn't play. See, I just don't know the Twins.
Ironically, I don't know the Braves.
I don't think I know enough about the Braves and their history.
I might try Santana. He might have bounced around a bit.
I just don't think he ever made it
I don't
to
think he did.
Atlanta. I think he mostly bounced around the AL Central. I think he's played for all but one AL Central team.
Oh, you're saying Irvin Santana?
Oh, you said Irvin. I was talking about
No,
Carlos.
I said Johan.
Oh, we were on totally. I was.
I'm gonna try Irvin though.
Oh, Irvin Santana may have actually done it. Yep.
Ball knower, chat.
Yep.
Ball knower. Irvin Santana in the clutch. Now, really quickly, can I find what are the most common? Nolan Ryan. Yeah, I mean, we did say Nolan Ryan, and that was the obvious choice too. Bert. I do not know who that is.
No.
Andy Rosario was the top one. What was our percentage, really quick? 2%. Ball knower. Ball knower. Ball knower.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers definitely. Or.
I gotta make sure, dude. This pisses me off. It doesn't show me the 11 that actually freaking did it. It just takes me to the. Okay, well, I'll just Google Kenny Rogers stats because I hate that it does this. Kenny Rogers stats.
Or you could just type in career wins.
True. 219, I cooked.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I was gonna say.
I kind of figured, bro.
I was gonna say I forgot that he wasn't just a Ranger his whole career, and that he went other places.
Yeah.
I just knew as a Ranger he didn't get 200.
Lock this in. He played for the Tigers, the Twins, the Mets, the Athletics, and the Yankees. Lock that in your brain.
Yeah, so he definitely.
It's 5 teams now. Kenny Rogers.
That's crazy.
He's up there. All right. Well, this has been going on a long time, so thanks for sticking around, chat. Our final score there, by the way, was 162. But if we had typed in Kenny Rogers, it'd probably been under 100. So we cooked. So
we cooked on that.
Thoughts before we go?
No, I don't have anything.
All right, sweet. Well, we'll see you all next week.